Hi, so today's video is about if you're having trouble with actually feeling into your heart space. I know back on my journey, or even phases in my journey, I have times where I really struggle to feel my heart, and basically it feels empty sometimes, and it can be really overwhelming trying to get back into that heart space. So I'd like to offer some assistance. So the first thing I want to say is imagine that your heart is already open, but you just can't sense it yet. And bear with me on this one. So realize that all magic happens in the space in between. So in the empty space, you need empty space for something to occupy that empty space. In the same way, you need to be able to not feel your heart in order to feel your heart. Like we're in a reality of duality. So if you can't feel your heart, the quickest way to actually feeling it is accepting the fact that you can't feel your heart right now. So once you accept that, we can move on to actually understanding what I mean by the space in between. So I watched this movie Before Midnight. I'd really recommend it. It's a great movie. But the lady, basically the main character, who's a female, she says, I don't believe, if God exists, she says, I don't believe God exists in a person or, in a group of people even, but God exists in the space in between. So kind of like we're sharing right now, there is magic that happens in us coming together, two people facing each other and meeting in the middle. Like we all meet each other in the middle. It's kind of like an average, how you add the numbers together and then divide by how many numbers there are. The same thing happens when you come together with someone. And so that divine aspect sort of is revealed by coming together and creating that space in between. And so in the same way, you have what your heart is actually feeling, and then you have the awareness of what your heart is actually feeling. And it's in that space between those two where the magic starts to happen, where you can start to feel what is actually going on. And so for the next concept, I'd like you to imagine that atoms are actually mostly empty space. So, you see the diagram of an atom, it's like kind of like a planet with things around it and things around it. And if we actually removed all that empty space, say we had the population of the world, 7.6 billion people. So we removed all that space in between their atoms, and all the atoms were just condensed. The whole population of the world would actually fit onto about a tablespoon. So that's wild. Like the amount of empty space, like we are more empty space than anything else, and that's physics. Like so the fact that the empty space is so important is really the main thing I'm trying to drive home here. And so once you accept that empty space, you can begin to sort of, feel, or it fills itself. And the next concept was from Inception, where they say, in Inception, they go into people's dreams and they're trying to extract their secrets. So they say, well, how do you extract someone's secret from their dream? You learn to go lucid in their dream, and you create a secure environment where their secrets would be comfortable in. And so by creating that environment of feeling safe in the fact that you can't feel your heart right now, you're creating an environment where you can actually start to feel again. And so in a world of duality, empty space is automatically going to be filled with what's really there, or like if you're trying to feel the empty space in your heart automatically wants to love. Like that's what it's made to do. So it's really about, it's not about like, willing your mind to feel in and like, trying to like force it. It's actually about getting out of your own way and allowing it to be, to go through its natural process of then filling that space. So hope that helped. Thanks for watching. I'll always leave my socials down if anyone needs a chat or anyone needs support. And I hope this helped. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.